Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Marvelous Monday. I'm Leslie Watkins, and I was just looking at the calendar, and I can hardly believe that we just have 12 more days till Christmas. So I thought I would share with you a little box that I'm working on for some gift giving that I'm going to be doing. So I want to take my cardstock and I want to decorate it so that the cardstock has a pattern on it. So for that, I'm going to be doing some stenciling. So I've got my piece of grid paper here to protect my surface. And I've collected a number of items that I'm going to be using. So I've got what is this called? The mini ruffled ribbon, and this is in real red. I have one of the masks or stencils from the Adorning Designs Decorative Masks set, and there are 4 of them in there. This is the one that I'm going to be using today. I've got some embellishments, and these are the Gilded Gems. I have stamping dimensionals in both the standard size and the minis. I've gone ahead and I've already pre-cut some mats. So I used a couple of different dies. These are both from the Stitch So Sweetly set. So I've got the largest scalloped layer. And then I also used this decorative label, and I've already stamped these. And this is the verse from the Statement of My Heart, and it reads, "To love what we do and share what we love as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this we make a difference." And this is the Stampin' Up, which is the company that produces all of the crafting supplies, tools, and materials that I use and that you see me talking about each time. And I just, this really does speak to my heart, because this is just how I feel about sharing what I make with you all. And what I'm going to be making today is a box that looks something like this. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I make it, and I'm going to decorate it. But this is going to be for a special present that I'm giving to the designers on the Dandelion Cottage Design Team. So these are folks that have signed up under me, and we have meetings every month, and we share our ideas and our projects and all sorts of fun stuff. And this month we're having a Christmas party that features a Secret Santa. And when you join, you're not only joining with me and my design team, but you're also joining Stamping Up, which means that you are entitled to a 20 to 25% discount on your purchases, and you get a fantastic starter kit to begin with. So you can select any of the tools, the paper crafting supplies, adhesives, dies, whatever you like, and you get a fantastic deal. It's $125 worth of product for only $99. Plus, you get free shipping and a bunch of other things. So, so that's what I'm going to be celebrating today, is all the people that I'm so delighted to share this journey with. And they are such a wonderful, diverse group. And I appreciate each and every one of them. And they include bookmakers, quilters, calligraphers, stampers, you name it. And we all share these wonderful disciplines with one another, and I think that we make each other better all the time. Better designers, better stampers, better watercolor painters. So I've already got a whole bunch of these ready to go, and I'll grab one each of these things. And then I also have the poinsettia dies, and you've been watching me use these quite a bit. I really love this set, and so I'm going to get into my bag of goodies here where I've got all sorts of extras and use those at the end. Just making a little bit of room here. I've got some glue dots, and I've already gone ahead and I've scored and cut out one box shape, and this is in the Real Red. And I have a blending brush here, and I really like this this little diamond pattern, and I'm going to go ahead and get this to the edges of my cardstock. I'm going to do tone on tone. So this is the Real Red ink. And I'll get my brush inked up. And I'm just going to come in from the outside and I'm holding it firmly in place with my hand on the other side. And I'm going to keep moving around. I'm going to shift my pattern over a little bit, line that up, and then get a little more over here. I'm going to flip that around. Slide this over, line it up. And there's my pattern. And it's just a very, very pretty, very subtle little pattern. And I think it just makes the cardstock look that much more special. Okay, so to assemble my box, I'm going to just go ahead and fold on all my score lines. And I have my bone folder to help me get a nice crisp edge. And this is going to be a reinforced box because the sides are very narrow. And I'm not going to tell you what's going in here because I want it to be a surprise. but I want those sides to be nice and reinforced to help the box keep its shape. So there we go. And I'm going to use my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a couple of drops of glue on these tabs and fold that up. And I'm just going to hold that in place for just a moment, let that glue set up. Do the same thing on the other side. And as I do this, as I hold it, I'm careful to make sure that my corners come to a nice square edge. Excuse me. And I'm just going to wipe that little excess glue away. And then the same thing on the front corners. Hold that for just a moment. Now this box is designed so that it only uses one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So instead of creating the two-piece box with the top and the bottom, I made this a box with a hinged lid, and that way they assemble a little bit quicker and they save a little bit of extra cardstock. Okay, so there are my corners. And now what I want to do is I just want to do my reinforced sides. And let me see if I can fold this over so you can see it better without a shadow on it. That's a little better. I'm just going to run a bead of glue like so. Fold that over. And that's going to give me that doubled layer, which is going to make the box nice and sturdy. Do the same thing on this side. And then on the bottom of my box, I'll do exactly the same. Fold that in, hold it for just a moment, and I'm using my bone folder to spread that glue in a nice even coating so that I've got very good adhesion. So how's everybody doing with your Christmas prep? Are you all done? Have you finished with your Christmas cards? Over the weekend, we got the wreath put up on the outside of Dandelion Cottage, and I had to, my wreath had reached the point where I really needed to replace the lights. So I took it all apart and put fresh new lights on it and reassembled it, and it looks so pretty. But it's kind of, I was looking at some old pictures of December, I think it was 7 years ago, and there's snow everywhere. And today the grass is still green. It's sunny. It looks like an early spring day. So I don't know if we're going to get any snow in time for Christmas this year. I hope so. It's always fun to have a white Christmas, but who knows? All right, so there are my box sides assembled, and I'm just going to give that a good thorough burnishing with my bone folder. And then what I want to do is I just want to trim these corners. I'm going to angle cut these to make the lid fold in nicely. I'm just going to take a little sliver off of each edge. And then that's going to tuck very nicely right in there. So there's my cute, very narrow box. And all I'm going to do now is a little bit of decoration. So I'm using the mini ribbon, the mini ruffled ribbon, and I'm just going to tie this shut with a bow. There's my bow. I'll just trim the ends. That one looks pretty good. And here's my label. I'm going to glue that down. Get that centered nicely. That looks pretty good. There we go. And these are my standard size dimensionals, and I'm just going to put 4 on the back. And these are just little foam hexagons that help to lift up your layers when you want a little bit of a shadow effect. So let's see. I want this to straddle the bow, and get that right in the middle. There we go. And now for the decoration. So I'll take one of my largest poinsettias. I think that's the big one. Let's see. Big, medium, and small. Got a couple of these little tiny ones, and I've got the berries that are cut out of the gold foil, so I like that. And got some leaves that have already been sponged and folded in half. And to sponge the die cuts, all I do is I use my little sponge dauber and just dab that in the ink, and I'm just going around the edges so that they're just a little bit darker, and it just helps to make it look a lot more finished. Now, are any of my team members watching? Let me know if you're here. And if you are, this is going to be coming to you in the mail very shortly with a lot of other goodies and surprises. I really enjoy the time that I spend with my team. The meetings we have are held on Zoom, so everybody can participate and bring whatever it is that they're working on for show and tell. And we talk a little bit about business for the folks that are interested in using their paper crafting to make a little extra money. And we catch up on what everybody's doing with their work, their family, their friends. I've got some people that are teaching classes, so we get to see what some of the projects are that they're offering to the students. And it's just a really nice group of folks. And so if anybody out there is interested in learning more about how to join my team and take advantage of all of the benefits that come along with that, you get a free class each month that I send the tutorial for, and chances to win prizes at our meeting raffles. That discount that I mentioned earlier of 20 to 25% plus the fabulous starter kit. So let me know if you'd like to learn more about that. You can also go to my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com, and all of the information is listed there because it's really too much for me to talk about in our quick Facebook Live here. There are quite a lot of benefits. All right, so I'm taking one of my larger dimensionals and I'm putting that on the biggest flower, and I'm just going to tuck this over here so that it doesn't obscure the writing too much. And here's my mini dimensionals. I'm going to go to the next size, add that, and again there we go. For the leaves, I'm going to be using the glue dots. If you've been following me, you know I've been using these poinsettia dies quite a bit, and I just really like them very much. I think they're terrifically versatile. I love the way they look. I love these 3D flowers. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I think it's good to see all the different ways that you could use them. Okay, and then finally I'm going to take my pretty gold berries, add a little bit of glue, just dot that around like so, and I'm going to use my tweezers. Oh, I missed a spot. Let me get that. There we go. I'm just going to blot off some of the excess and tuck this right there. Okay, and last but not least, I have my Gilded Gems. I'm going to take this largest one and put in the center, and then I'll just scatter a few more. So there is the little box that I've decorated for my Dandelion Cottage Design Team members. And if any of you are watching, I'm not going to tell you what's on the inside or what's in the inside, but this is going to be coming to you shortly. I hope this gives everybody some ideas about how you can use the stencils, the die cuts, stamping and layers, and just see how much fun you can have creating these wonderful gifts for people. And again, there's that beautiful, that stenciling on the cardstock that just adds that extra little touch that I think is so pretty. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back on Wednesday for Watercolor Wednesday and 12 noon. I hope you stay well, stay happy, and stay creative. And I'll see you then, and then again on Saturday at 12 noon for Paper Crafting Saturday.